And Paquito, okay, so a little bit of a different strategy there.
And I feel like the Hylos is just a good combination with the Eve. There's a lot of slows there, making it so that the Link can get away. Everyone else, nuh-uh.
Yeah.
They're just going to stay there.
And they're going to be okay with
Oh, unique hero. Okay, what's this Hellcurt mean? Who wants to talk about it before we throw it stage?
Wait, is this going to be Hellcurt Gold?
No, it's Rome, right?
I mean,
wait, no, gold. It's gold.
I mean, Belly could go EXP.
It's gold. It's gold, Hellcurt.
Well, so Hellcurt burst, and then he can make the map dark. Burst, and then Vision Deny.
Ooh.
We'll see. We'll see.
I love it.
We rarely see it.
Esports, and over your casters, Naisu and Trex.
Thank you so much, Rain Day. I'm here with Naisu on the desk. Just a reminder, this is an elimination match between SRG and Geekay Esports. How are we feeling, Naisu?
And you know what? It's weird to start the day with an elimination match, man, but that's been the course of things for the past couple of weeks for all the journeys that we've made it up to this point. And now to think about a Hellcurt being placed in the gold lane. If I haven't been vocal enough about how much I love the meta right now, man, this is why. Because we're seeing even this come to play in an elimination match.
This definitely makes things interesting, and I gotta say, the past couple big upsets that we have seen throughout the past few days have been because of picks like this. Now, the Hellcurt in the gold lane, not something you normally see. A little bit of action in the mid, though. First blood over to Stormy, Naisu.
Wow. All right. Already burning a couple revitalize there to keep him up. But yeah, I was so surprised that was that early on that you're able to get a kill on Shen. A little bit of a misstep.
Yeah, definitely a misstep. Yaga in this gold lane. Back to this Hellcurt, though. Nothing too crazy as far as emblems go across the map. We do have the pull together on Quanok. Overall, though, I'm excited to see how this plays. Are we going to see the Hellcurt roam around quickly? Normally, gold lane doesn't get too much action in the early game, but because of the speed, once he hits level 4 as well, getting the Dark Knight Falls might be able to help GK in terms of getting some of these first turtles. He hasn't hit level 4 yet. May be able to get it before this turtle. I'm wondering if SRG is going to want to rush it because they don't want to have to deal with that Dark Knight Falls. Because even when he's on the opposite side of the map, his team can still capitalize from it. So it's something we definitely have to watch out for, especially with the range, with the possible surprise of Shen hitting a Wrath of Dryad, something of that nature. So I'm excited to see how they utilize this pick.
Oh, Eisenberg and the Flicker too. Yeah, you're right about that. The utility that a Hellcurt can bring just with, you know, darkening the map with his ultimate, that Dark Knight Falls, is great, but still, I think that's the main thing. Can he get out of the lane? Can he join these fights? It looks like he wants to do exactly that. They're going to force a fight anyway. Beacon already used Shen, able to flicker out for now. Dark Knight Falls comes through. They collapse on Sakai, so able to pick up one. Turtle still for the taking here. So for this, you got the numbers advantage, and there you go. Yaga's making it work. Gets another.
Yaga. Things already turning around for the side of GK. Looking good. They take a death early on, but we're already seeing the possibility that Sakai's is going to have to be careful going off on his own, even if it looks like he can secure a kill, because at any point, Dark Knight Falls comes down, Yaga pops up, helps gets the kill. He is an assassin. He's still squishy. And that's what I feel like is going to be the target. You add that up with Stormy as well. We haven't seen Yve work out too well for a lot of teams. I feel like in a lot of drafts it looks nice, but the fact that there's things like Lings now being highly popularized, some of these assassin picks who can jump onto you, and the lack of movement from the Yve once you drop that ult, you are just a sitting duck. So Stormy, the big win condition for SRG, I think, is going to be positioning and timing on that RWM.
Yep.
And the same thing is going to go to GK with this Dark Knight Falls and things of that nature.
Quanok already using the beacon. Actually going to flicker forward. Dark Knight Falls. They want to collapse on Stormy, as you were mentioning it. Tempest Blade's already going to be used. Yeah, trapped into a real-world manipulation, though, too, on the back foot. GK has to disengage. They wanted to go for that. Now, multiple members are low, and here comes the follow-through. A spear from Innocent will be the find a double. He does it again in the mid lane.
He just never misses. That's the reality situation with Innocent. And I want to go back to what I was saying with Stormy. That last RWM was huge, but Cram!
Oh, Cram. Okay. You know, this is why the Paquito's so deadly. Couple combos, and you're half health or less. Yaga's going to get spotted out. He does get stunned here, but he's fine for now. Yes, back to what you were saying, Trex. You know, I think fighting around the real-world manipulation is key. We just saw it in the hands of Stormy there in that fight, especially because they know that GK's idea behind this draft is to just kind of go in, make it happen, get a kill if they can, but your real-world manipulation is your biggest counterpunch to that. Not only this, but you can slow them down with a glorious pathway from Yums' high-lows, and they've got a lot of tools. So once GK kind of goes all in, the problem is if they don't catch anyone, can they get out? And sometimes you might see that Dark Knight Falls even be changed to more of a defensive use if they need it at some point.
And that's where so much of it is going to be who will pull the trigger first. And Stormy did such a good job in that last fight when GK was invading onto the purple buff. He holds on to the RWM. Dark Knight Fall went down first. Stormy moves around, finds a good position, and then after the fight's already been going on, he drops it.
Oh, here we go. Fight for the second turtle. Less than half health here. They're going to force it anyway. Innocent gets a solo kill. The turtle's going to be secured by Sakai's, but he might lose his life for it as Quanok picks up a kill. Looking for Cram. He's trying to get away, but there's just a whole lot of crowd control locking him down as Aizen will pick up for himself. So a bit of a trade across the map, but that's also a lot of gold and push now for Innocent on the Moskov.
Yeah, I don't think we expected things to go like this. It's 5-4 right now. GK holding a small, ever so slight gold lead. Still, the game is at a standstill, but every fight has gone back and forth. Neither team finding full leverage. Neither team really getting a full grip on this game. Geekay Esports, I'm wondering when is the time to really pop off? Yaga is going to get a couple more items, and I kind of want to see where he's building towards. Is it just full burst damage? Do we have the...
There's your Sky Piercer.
Sky Piercer. I was wondering if maybe we were going to see like a Blade of Heptasy, something of that nature, but no. Sky Piercer up front. Berserker Fury already in for Zeno. On the opposite side, Innocent having a great game. 3-0-0. He's already got 2 items in, looking for that third. We're talking about a possible 8-9 minute third item very early in this game as long as he keeps on this path.
Yeah, Innocent's going to be a problem for GK, and that's why, at some point, Yaga's kind of his game plan will be just to lock down Innocent, try to go in. Of course, he's got the execute there to work with too. But that's the problem with the Hellcurt is you are very squishy, but that's the price you pay for this kind of kit and the ability to go ahead and darken the map. But now Aizen spotting things out. Even as the Uranus takes quite a bit of damage himself, GK wants to fight this. RWM already dropped down too. Dark Knight Falls to follow through. They're going to extend it further. And now here's the surprise as it comes on through as Quanok is gone. Wrath the Dryad won't be able to help save them as Shen falls next. Now Yaga, there's some low health bars here, but it's too much of a risk to follow through.
Patience is key in so many of these fights, and for a second, GK felt like they had the advantage there. Cram should be okay here. They wait for the RWM to come down, and that's after that comes down, Yaga drops the Dark Knight Falls. But what GK doesn't know is you've got Cram hiding out in this bush. Everyone's just waiting for the Dark Knight to end, and then they all re-engage and get the win out on that teamfight. SRG stealing away the lead.
Okay, fight. Last turtle here. Aizen jumping on forward. Sakai takes a ton of damage, but he's still going to be fine to be able to secure the turtle. Yums left to his death as he goes down, but Cram looks to capitalize on a kill. An SOD won't connect though, so they fall. Aizen falls here. Dark Knight Falls once again. Cram will go down. Yaga able to pick up another here. Good push though down bot by SRG. Sakai goes in with the combo, gets his own revenge, taking out Yaga.
Zeno's not going to try to commit to it. Yaga goes down. I feel like at this point, though, Yaga can die. He's always going to pack a decent punch. He's going to have utility. When will that eventually fall off in the lack of a marksman, though?
Innocent going to try to get away. Still has a Purify. Should have room to work with. Picks up the DHS. He goes and tries to target Quanok. He knows the rest of the team might try to make their way here, but Yums is going to be too late. It's a shutdown. Quanok gets the kill on Innocent.
A beautiful shutdown at that, going into the hands of Quanok. After taking the 2 deaths, he's going to need some of that gold to kind of pillow some of the losses he's had. On the bot side, though, GK losing so many towers, already down to the inhibitor, top side as well. though GK's been doing well in some of these team fights, in terms of macro, they've been having a little bit of trouble, and I think that's the sacrifice that happens when you pick up this Hellcurt.
Yep.
And yes, you can use it as a split pusher sometimes, but they've been using it a lot more for these turtles, for these objectives, for these big fights. They haven't really been sending him off to the offlanes, and I'm wondering if there's going to be a point where they kind of change his game plan on what they want to use that hero for.
Oh, 100%, especially once we get to this Lord fight here in about 30 seconds. GK's done a good job at keeping Xeno, in that kind of groove of just on the ling, doing your thing, getting the jungle buffs and the camps that you need here. It's not like he's far behind or anything like that against Sekai's, but he needs to win that retribution battle if they're able to set up for that first Lord. That would give a big favor over to GK to work with. So right now it's just kind of maintaining the map. Cram will take a couple shots. Xeno and Shen are up on this top side. Sekai's going to go ahead and join this, and the rest of the team isn't far away as they try to hold on. 1 HP on that top turret, just barely away, but the Lord is up, so both teams will get centered around it.
Yeah, Yaga tried to make a quick play down to the boss side. I was wondering if he was going to hang out there before this Lord, maybe get something cheeky off. But right now, GK is trying to salvage towers. So much pressure on the top, so much pressure on the mid. And this is going to give SRG a chance for Sekai's to get this purple buff and then make his way down to the Lord pit, and just SRG overall securing a decent position on the map. A slow push at the bottom, but action in the mid.
They're going to go for it anyway. Aizen is gone in an instant. Tempest Blade's already used too. A disengage from GK. Even with the Dark Knight Falls, right now SRG still in a good position to transition from this point. Shen flickers forward with Wrath of Dryad, locks down Stormy. A decisive play. Cram there, couple punches on the tree will take him out. Shen's gone, Lord is up. Cram alone is zoning out the rest of GK with Yumes. They should be enough, but Xeno is up. He's going to grab his purple and potentially try to steal the Lord here if he's able to. Half health on the Lord. They're going to blitz it down. It looks like they give it up as SRG will take the Lord.
SRG with a very clean Lord take, and though GK is doing well at finding some responses here and there, Cram himself right now is just putting so much pressure on Yaga, so much pressure on Quinnock. Every time a fight starts, Cram finds a beautiful angle and just stops GK from what they want to do. In that last fight, Yaga was looking for an entry in. Cram was waiting for him. Got a couple quick punches off, and Yaga can't do anything. It completely nullifies the strategy that GK wants to bring to this fight.
Cram's basically like, you got to go through me, if you want to get to the team. And even these off angles like this, he's a threat alone. Glorious Pathway to slow down a GK. They take down the tier 2 turret. Wrath the Dryad Shen just deleted again. Not tanky enough on this Belric pick. Lord charges in the bottom turret. Into the base, Sekai's goes. He does get away. Aizen jumping on forward. Might get locked down here, but the rest of the team will clear it out. Shields pop in mid and bot.
Oh my lord.
Again, Cram just showing the amount of damage he has, but can he go 1v3? He flickers defensively. Dark Knight Falls comes through. Yaga on the hunt. Not sure if he wants to follow this through. It's a bit of too much of a risk. He sees Sekai's though. He's going to go for him. The pincers, they come through. And that was probably worth it for Yaga, but not for the team.
I mean, there's some value there. When you're getting pushed on, when you have a 4K deficit, a trade is a trade, especially if it's on the opponent's jungler. GK got the best that they could, honestly, out of that big defense. A little bit of action on the purple buff.
Whoa, Xeno, so close. Whoa! I'm not sure why he went there. Another SOD. Here comes Innocent. The Spear of Malaysia again lands it. Finds Quinnock. Aizen's tanky enough, but the turret, it'll get shredded down a little bit further here. They don't have the waves pushing in up top just yet, so they'll clear him out. A big play from SRG off of the interesting decision there from GK.
Yeah, Zeno should not have gone for that. GK definitely choosing to pick fights at a lot of the wrong times. The fact that they were able to keep their inhibitors was good.
All right. They've only got a few guys left, but they're going to lock it down. Shen trying to keep them at bay, clear out the minion waves. Top base turret's going to go down here. Bottom one is left. They're going to go focus on this next, but everyone from GK is up. They should be able to clear out the minions. That they do. And SRG has taken pretty much what they can for now.
Yeah, the fact that SRG still ended up getting those inhibitors is because of the huge mistakes done by GK. And SRG's been capitalizing on every single one. Fine, you want to come too deep? We got an answer for you. And that answer has been Cram. That answer has been Stormy and Innocent. When it's time for GK to run away, somebody always gets caught by the Spear of Destruction. Somebody always gets caught by the RWM. And this is what we were looking at from Stormy. This is what we were looking for, at least, to hold on to those RWMs and make sure the timings are correct. And instead of using it as a big team fight mechanic, he's using it as the net, right? He's using it as something.
Whoa, Yaga. Oh, Dark Knight falls, but Innocent, he spots him out. It doesn't matter. Innocent picks up another, and the team fight is getting decimated in the jungle. Another SOD. He doesn't miss. And Xeno falls. Aizen could be next. Last one for GK. And they just get wiped off the face of the map with SRG.
They don't need a Lord. They got a wave of minions coming down the mid, a 7,000 goal lead, and death counter's too high.
Too high for GK. They're going to have to scrap this one up and go next because SRG came through in game 1 in this elimination match.